Kids' legacy, brother. So and congratulations. And you call us back when you're debt-free, and you're going to do that debt-free scream on this stage. Absolutely. With us. And we're going to celebrate you because you're going to do it. And I can't wait to watch you do it. It's going to be awesome. Thanks for calling, Miguel. All right, I want to thank producer James Child, associate producer Kelly Daniel, my co-host Dr. John Deloney, and you, America, for listening in. This has been fun. This is The Ramsey Show.
That's The Ramsey Show ending there.
Hey, it's Kelly, associate producer and phone screener for The Ramsey Show. If you would like to do your debt-free scream live on the show, make sure you visit theramseyshow.com and register. We would love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story.
Alrighty, as per usual. We'll just wait a few minutes for people to get into the chat from the Ramsey Show chat or from wherever they are. See, it's episode 136 today. What up, Flash? Oh, I forgot to put in my stuff. Email, whoops, email about anything. SteveMoney@gmail.com is right there. Where is it? Right there. It's also in the chat. Debt Lady, what up? Thank you for joining us. And let's see, donations. That would be paypal.me/coach Steve Money. Those links will be at the top of the chat. And also, they are right here. You see on my banner on my YouTube page. The schedule of free consultation is right there. The PayPal link is right there. The Instagram is right there. And of course, email anything about financial coaching, about scheduling, about any of the streams on my, or pre-recorded videos on my YouTube channel. Love to hear from you. Yeah, I saw you talking about that, Flash. I was going to check that out later. Alrighty. Those are weird. The horn was beeping like beep, beep, beep. It wasn't like a car alarm type of thing. Yeah, there it goes again. Weird. All right, let's get started. You guys ready to sing? First, this is not the new song. New song comes a little bit later. Okay, let's listen for the drum taps. Sing along. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you'll pay off all your debt. Except mortgage, we don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step three is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him. I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach. and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go less gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to live large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach and why I host my YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, then you should do the baby steps. And if you want to have financial peace, you should do Dave's baby steps. Trumpet, take it home. Ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-do-do-do. Live from Columbus, OH. Then you guys go I-O. You probably can't see it because it was too high. This is the Ramsey Show Aftershow show brought to you by Tina Scher, the Queen of Sheba, and Eric C., the Boosted Coyote. And here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat, and the people in it, and all things financial, and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money. I'm a certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. You can schedule a free consultation assessment by going to ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. The link is in the top of the chat, and also right here on my YouTube page, right at the bottom right of the banner. You can also email me if you have any questions about financial coaching, about video gaming, computer repair, anything, any of the videos on my channel. CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. And donations, got 82 subscribers, need 1,000 to be monetized by YouTube, so I can't get super chats or anything like that until that time. But you can donate via PayPal. That link is right there. It's also at the top of the YouTube chat. And let's see, other ways to reach me. How about this?
Add me on the ground.
You can add me. I always do that. You can add me on the Grom, like that kid, and that is, and Twitter, and that is Coach Steve Money, no spaces on both of those. And oh, that's it. Already went through the PayPal donations. Alrighty, let's check in with the chat. Obs will be humming because terrible cold. Definitely feel better. Thanks for the IOs. So I don't know if you guys could see it. Let me see if I look. So basically, what they do when they say that, like in the stadium and stuff, when they yell that, they go O-H. And then, then the rest of it is I right there, and then O. I think I showed a picture one time of a group of 4 people doing it. But that's how that works. Let's see. Today's Ramsey Show hosts were Christy Wright. There we go. And she is the author of Take Back Your Time. She wrote down the way. All right, the guilt-free guide to life balance. And told you another song was coming. Any second now. Oh, Christy Wright is going to be at Entree Leadership starting November 1st in Florida with Dave. There's Christy. Also, that guy is going to be on it. Ooh, whoops, I messed up. Oh gosh. Can't believe I gotta start it over again. I missed it because I was trying to do a nice little radio tie-in there. Ooh, we call him Dr. D, as you can see. But his parents named him John Deloney. Ooh, he's got 2 PhDs, 2 more than me. Plus, he's got some other certs. John Deloney, never gonna stop, gives advice. Such a brilliant mind, he always roots it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. Ooh, he takes a call and then he twirls his pen. And he saves the day again, John Deloney. Ooh, this dude has got some range. Season of change is what you're going through, says John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice. Such a brilliant mind, he always uses it for the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. Correct. Messed up. Haven't sung this song that much. A lot of instrumental part in here. Ooh, a set of brilliant mind, anxiety redefined, and put in a quick read by John Deloney. Wealth and hellness has to face, they didn't place, but they probably still had fun with John Deloney. Never gonna stop, gives advice. Such a brilliant mind, he always roots it out. Has the clout of the healing kind. John, woo! John Deloney. John Deloney. John Deloney. All right. Whew. Can't believe I messed up. Several times. Oh well, have to practice. Anyway, that's our boy John Deloney, author of Redefining Anxiety, friend of the Aftershow. And next time he comes in here, I'll be a lot nicer to him than I was the first time. I thought he was a troll. Anyway, yeah, he's going to be there as well. Everybody except Camo, it looks like. Dave and Christy Wright and King Coleman and Dr. John Deloney at Entree Leadership. And that is November 1st through the 5th. And so that starts, when is that? Next Monday, a week from today. And so that either means like a week of Camel or all replays or something like that. So you like that flash? I'm glad. Hope the mod and he's gonna listen to it tomorrow and then share it with John. I hope maybe tonight I'll try to like re-record it, just the video, and do just a link. I was gonna clip that, but all right. Let's see. Market report. As you can see, the everything up. The Dow and the S&P, I believe I saw a headline that said, yep, that said new highs today for both of those, I think. Let's do max. Yep. Both of those at new highs. The NASDAQ up almost a whole percent, 0.90%. And that is not at a high, though. I don't think. Let's see. No. 374. 15,374 is the high on that one. So not quite for the NASDAQ. The Russell neither. Russell has some going up to do to, I think. Let's see. Yeah, Russell has some more going to before it gets back up to 2352. So it's like $40, $40 and change down from its high back on March 12th, 2021. We have earnings coming out. Facebook was at 5 p.m. Haven't heard about that. Google owner Alphabet earnings come out tomorrow, as well as AMD, Microsoft. Amazon is the 28th. Moderna, that's a pharmaceutical company. They're November 4th. But the most followed stocks on Google, as you can see, they're all down except for Facebook. So maybe their earnings were good. Being up 126, and this was talked about in the chat, up a whole 12.66% for, that's a new high for Tesla as well. And the person in the chat said that Hertz Rent-A-Car is going to buy a whole bunch of them so that people can rent them. And I think, let's see, let's look around the world here. Mostly up in Europe, mostly up in Asia as well. The US dollar is up on the euro. US dollar is up on the Japanese yen. The British pound, though, is up on the US dollar. The US dollar is up on the Canadian dollar, but the Australian dollar, mate, is up on the US dollar. And yes, I go through this just so I can do the accents. Crypto is all up today. Let's see what we got in the news. This from Reuters. That's a news agency, just like the AP, the Associated Press. It says, with corporate tax off the table, U.S. Democrats turn to billionaires to fund the spending bill. I guess they realized they weren't going to pass a corporate tax. That's a lot of whatever's popping up there. Let's see, U.S. Democrats are expected to unveil a tax plan on Monday that would seek to raise hundreds of billions of dollars from the country's roughly 700 billionaires to help pay for expanding the social safety net and tackling climate change. Democrats were forced to shift to the unorthodox plan in the face of opposition from one of their own senators, Kirsten Sinema, sorry if I got your name wrong there, to raising the corporate tax rate and the top personal income tax rate to pay for the hefty spending plan, which is a pillar of Democratic President Joe Biden's domestic agenda. And so they probably needed all of their senators to be on board, or there's no way it was going to pass, and maybe some other people were leaning that way as well, for them to completely give up on that, the corporate tax rate. So now they're going to get it from the billionaires. So the party's putting together the final details of the plan, which is likely to come in at 1.5 trillion to 2 trillion between those. Let's see, what are they wanting to do? Under the billionaire income tax proposal, the federal government would require billionaires to pay taxes on the increased value of assets such as stocks, on an annual basis, regardless of whether they sell those assets. So yeah, normally if it's in, you know, if it's invested, you wouldn't pay anything. You wouldn't pay taxes on it until you sold it or moved it out of there. That's the Protus right there. I think I have something else on this as well. Is this it? Nope. Oh, where'd it go? Had it out of order, yes. This from New York Post today. Dems plan billionaires' unrealized gains tax to help fund the $2 trillion spending bill. We probably will have a wealth tax. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi confirmed Sunday on the CNN. Yeah, would impose annual tax on unrealized capital gains on liquid assets held by billionaires. I wouldn't call that a wealth tax, but it would help get at capital gains, which are an extraordinarily large part of the incomes of the wealthiest individuals, and right now escape taxation until they're realized. So, I mean, you know, which if they're not cashed out, then they don't really have that anyway. I mean, they're just it's like it's being held on to them for them, but they don't have the ability to spend it or do anything else with it. So anyway, but that's billionaires only, and so a lot of people think, you know, that's fine for them. I don't have $1 billion, so that's fine. They can pay for all of the rest of our stuff. I just think, what if I was a billionaire, and then, you know, so I chose the right things to do, so I gotta, other than my chosen charities and so forth, I gotta fund all the stupidity Congress is doing. I don't think so. What up, Sid? If you missed it, Sid, I messed up the song. But first, I messed up the intro. I was doing a nice DJ intro into the song, and I talked a little bit too long and missed the intro to it. So I'm gonna listen back to it and see how it is. And then I messed up another time. I'll listen to see how it is, and I might record it at home later. Speaking of later, 8:30 p.m. in a little bit over 2 hours, it'll be Bella and I doing father-daughter video gaming, and we'll be continuing to play Trine. Sid is going to purposely stop at 999 millionaire so that she doesn't have to be taxed like that. That's a good plan. And I mean, that's not funny. People will do that. People will do that, absolutely. They will keep themselves under the billion mark. Speaking of stupid things that Congress is involved in, a Georgia man spent, I think this is a Sid article, spends COVID loan on a $57,000 rare Pokemon card, says the prosecutor. Okay, so if there's a prosecutor, I guess maybe he's in trouble for doing that. He's facing wire fraud charges for allegedly using a COVID-19 government loan to purchase a rare $57,789 Pokemon card. You got to catch them all, but not with COVID loans. Crazy. Why? Which? Oh, it didn't say which one. Didn't say which one. Let's see. I was waiting to see if he was like planning on flipping it or something like that, but it does not say. This from Yahoo Finance. Always loves Pokemon, but she never pay for that much. Why this financial advisor has found that some clients save too much money. I would imagine they save money because it's a good idea. So the emergency fund and then they never stop emergency funding. Maybe. We'll see. This one advisor says she's often had a harder time convincing people that they really could spend the money that they had saved for all those years. But that's another part of what a good financial advisor does. Yeah, I mean, you gotta do that. You gotta advise that they enjoy the fruits of their labor. So it's a trend that has been documented before. Many higher income retirees overestimate how much they'll need and actually end up getting wealthier in retirement as their investment returns exceed their expenses. So basically, I mean, that's the Dave advice. That's why he says a emergency fund 3 to 6 months of expenses only, unless you have some work or personal drama going on. You do 3 to 6 months of expenses, and then you stop, and then because you have other baby steps to get to. Excuse me. You have step 4, investing. Step 5, save for kids' college if you have kids. And 6, pay off that house. So, and if you're just saving up money, saving up cash, I mean, you could apply it to that stuff later, but if you have saving up, we hear the callers call in and say they, save so much money, but they still have, some of them have started investing, some of them haven't, and a bunch of them still have that house not paid for. And so, what Dave tells them? He says, pay out the house today with that money. We did that one. This is cool. Not for me, though. I would not be up there for anything in the world. This is the Eye of Dubai. It is the tallest Ferris wheel. It is 820 feet high, and it takes 38 minutes to go around one time. That's a long time for that to happen, but yeah, I'm not a heights guy, so I would not be doing that. Excuse me. For scale, you could see like the very tall buildings. I mean, granted, that's in the background, so it's kind of a little bit hard to tell, but you can see the speedboat right there. You can see the boat right there. You can see that boat right there. So, yeah. Oh, what is this one? This is from Vice.com. Location data firm got GPS data from apps even when people opted out. Of course they did. Of course. You think you're gonna check a box or something like that and say, yeah, don't share my data with people, and they're like, okay. You think that's gonna really happen? Let's see. The news around location data firm Huck, maybe, shows that data companies may not even really know if they've received consent to harvest information from ordinary phones. And the next part of it would be, and they're probably not really worried about it or not, if they have consent or not. It's an established data vendor that obtains granular location information from ordinary apps installed on people's phones and then sells that data. Has been receiving GPS coordinates even when people explicitly opted out of such collection inside individual Android apps. Researchers and Motherboard have found. Motherboard is like a section of Vice.com. It's like this news section or whatever. News highlights a stark problem for smartphone users that they can't actually be sure if some apps are respecting their explicit preferences around data sharing. Assume that everything that's on your phone, the government and probably even corporations, whichever one first, but then the other, knows everything that's on there. Just assume that. Oh, this one. This is definitely a Sid article. We need to talk about your ad blocker. No, we don't. I'm fine with it. Thank you, though. It's from, Slate.com. My mother-in-law has more than $100,000 in student debt, and she just revealed an alarming plan for what to do about it. I have not read this, so let's check this out. Dear Pay Dirt. I guess this is like the Dear Advice column. So this is like the Dear Abby, but it's Dear Pay Dirt. My mother is in her late 60s and has well more than $100,000 in student loan debt that she has no plan to pay back. In fact, she's told my husband and me repeatedly that her plan is to go to school until she drops dead to avoid repaying. She has 2 master's degrees and is now applying for a PhD program. She only has one. She's still got to get another one to catch up with John Deloney. In a social science field where even if she got a pay raise, she'd have no hope of making enough to pay her loans. And that happens to teenagers all the time, that they get involved in that. And then early 20-year-olds as well, I guess, by the time they get to the PhD level. But then they're in social science or social work, and it just doesn't pay enough to pay the loans back in any appreciable amount of time. Let's see. I would rather she at least considers paying her loans, but I also think student loans are predatory at best, so it's not a battle I'm willing to have with her, unless we'll be on the hook for her bad behavior after her death. No, if only her name's on it, that's not your problem. Husband and I together make half of what she does, and we're barely getting by month to month. Taking on 100,000 plus of debt would be catastrophic. I always assumed student loans were discharged on death, but I'm worried that she's taking on some from lenders that aren't the government and that we might be on the hook here. We've never co-signed anything for her, if that's relevant. Is this something I need to worry about? And if it is, how can I have this conversation despite my own reluctance? Okay, we'll see what Pay Dirt says about it while I check my notifications. Not rude, keeping it real. Okay. And what do I think about? Yeah, you're not on the hook for it. The only way it would affect you at all is, say, if she were leaving you something that's in her estate, that would have to be settled out of whatever she was leaving you first. Whatever's in the estate that's worth anything, that would have to be settled first if it's a non-government lender. But you're not gonna. You can't inherit debt like that. So the estate has the debt, and it stays with the estate. And if you were supposed to get something, but it has to be sold in order to pay off that debt or as much as it can, then you just won't get that. So let's see if I missed anything. So the short answer about inheriting your mother's student loans is that you can or can't be left with the debt. It's just dependent on who the provider is. Death is an emotional roller coaster and topical paperwork nightmare, and banks don't make it either. Let's get started. Federal student loans taken out by a borrower are dischargeable upon the borrower's death, so you wouldn't be on the hook for those. Private student loans are a different matter. Some private lenders will allow discharge of remaining student balances if a borrower should pass away. Others will choose to go after that person's estate upon their death, leading the account to be settled in court during a probate hearing. And depending on the size of the estate and what assets are left, the debt could still be forgiven, since it cannot be left to anyone else to pay, even if they are the borrower's next of kin. Okay, so I was right. So you don't need to have a conversation, blah, 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 blah. Okay. There was 2 there, but that one was good enough. And that's just the empty thing. I guess I could Google something. Let's see. This one from Sid the Kid as well. Your rental history can now help you qualify for a home loan. This from apartmenttherapy.com. According to U.S. Census Bureau, people under age 35 make up the smallest demographic, is that word, homeowners. There are a number of reasons this age group has struggled so much to catch up to older homeowning generations. Lower wages, larger student loan obligations, and negligible savings among them, but lack of credit history may no longer be one of the things holding them back, thanks to changes at mortgage lender Fannie Mae. Now some borrowers, don't know what word I was getting ready to say, may be able to use their history of on-time rental payments to qualify for home loans. So what's different about this? Starting in September, Fannie Mae announced they would change the automated loan underwriting system they use to evaluate a mortgage applicant's credit, according to Tabitha Mazzara. Sorry if that name is incorrect. Director of Operations at mortgage lender MBank, MBANC. The way it works is that their automated system can now identify recurring rent payments from bank statements as well. Of course it can. It has all that. Like I said, you don't have any private information, as well as your credit score. She says, adding that previously most lenders didn't look at on-time rental payments as part of their underwriting process. Typically, lenders give a lot of weight to your credit score, which is based on your history of borrowing, things like credit cards, auto loans, and paying back. But if you've been a person who's avoided borrowing and you have a thin credit history, this change is an acknowledgement of the fact that it doesn't necessarily mean you're a risky borrower. This change enables them to take a wider view of someone's finances. Like maybe you're a never borrow anything except maybe this mortgage that we're trying to get now. Let's see. Should help to remove some serious obstacles. Also, it might get rid of a couple. People come in the Ramsey Show chat often and say you got to have a credit score so you can get a thing, or or if you don't have a good credit score, if they have to do manual underwriting, you'll pay more interest. Blah 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 blah. So maybe this will take care of that. Probably not. They'll still come in and say that. All right, this from Yahoo Finance. The average retirement saving by age. Are you normal? I'm going to go ahead and say that I am below normal in that because I didn't get smart about this stuff until I was too old. Young people do this stuff and do it now. Never too early to start. Of course, if you're still in college, your baby step until you graduate is to just pile up cash so that you can get out of college debt free, no student loans. So that would be the baby steps for college. Kids, they often, and even some high school, often I'll call up sometimes, call Dave sometimes, or the show, whoever's on the show, and ask should I do investing? And the answer is no, even if you think you're in line for a full ride scholarship, or even if you know you're getting one, just in case there's some stuff you might want that it doesn't cover. You might need a car, who knows? It's just you want to save that money. You got plenty of time once you graduate and start working to begin investing, and that's plenty of time for you. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm looking for a list here. Well, there we go. So 20 to 29 is 15,000. 30 to 39 is 50,000. 800. I have about half of that. I got like 25,000 something, and I should have 203,000 at this point. 50 to 59. Yeah, so that's according to Fidelity, as this guy in a video said, instead of Fidelity. He said it over and over again. He wasn't English either, so if he was English, maybe they say Fidelity over there like that, but it's Fidelity. Anyway, so that's the dealio on that. And and you don't need to, just like me, I don't need to let this upset me because I am doing it right now, and And even if it doesn't put me on track for 1 million or whatever this puts you on track for, yeah, I guess not, because if you oh, this is the average anyway. This is just the average of what people have, so it's not really putting you on track for anything except staying average. So, but you don't have to be average. Yep. So that's all for that article. I was just curious to see what that was going to be. And what do we got lastly here? It's from the avclub.com. This also a Sydney article. Thanks, Sid. An iron-stomached man discovers savings benefits of eating meals at a Six Flags park. A California engineer has figured out how to make the most of a $150 Six Flags pass. In 2004, Morgan Spurlock captured the world's attention by releasing a documentary about his quest to eat nothing but McDonald's for a month. A decade later, another man would discover the agonies and ecstasies of an exclusively junk food-filled diet, but he would embark on his course for far longer for different reasons and by visiting a much worse venue. He discovered the savings benefits of eating at a Six Flags theme park. Mail Magazine spoke to a 33-year-old named Dylan who works as an electrical engineer in Santa Clarita, California, and has spent the last 7 years eating most of his meals at Six Flags. Article explains Dylan decided on this perilous course in 2014 when he realized that a $150 unlimited annual pass to Six Flags, a 5-minute drive from his office, provided not just access to rides and free parking, but also to 2 meals every day. It was crazy. I was saving money, paying off student loans, explaining that he timed it so he was able to go there during his lunch break, go back to work, and then stop back for dinner on his way home. That's crazy. Though he says first year of his Six Flags culinary adventure consisted entirely of unhealthy food, Dylan, a real theme park gourmet at this point, believed they got decent options now mixed in with the junk. So he particularly enjoyed a limited time Thanksgiving dog, basically a Thanksgiving dinner centered around a turkey dog, which he ate regularly until the idea of it made him feel sick. Otherwise, there's stuff like tri-trip sandwiches and vegan options like black bean burgers and meatless meatball subs that aren't terrible. All right, so we all find our ways to go gazelle, I guess. All righty. So Bella could not do father-daughter video gaming last night. And let's see, there is her right there, as you can see. And she was unable to do that, so we had one view. Be quiet, Steve. Of course, I'm talking. And so that's her right there. And this was our number 11 stream. We did 13 of them to do the full playthrough of this game called It Takes Two. Right now we're playing a game called Trine, and this will be our 3rd one. And so we will be playing that at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And normally on Mondays it'll be alternating tech support with Coach Steve Money or Ramsey support with Coach Steve Money. And on both of those, I just go to the associated Reddit subreddit forum, and I just comment on the stuff that's in there. So if they're on the tech support, people put in what computer problems or phone problems or electronic problems they have, and I say what might have caused the problem, what they can do to troubleshoot, and how they can fix it. And I basically give the Ramsey coach advice for any questions that people ask in that forum, as in the Dave Ramsey subreddit, not run by Ramsey Solutions, just run by fans. And they do allow people to criticize Dave and so forth on there as well, but I normally skip all those. Let's see. So upcoming streams, that one that I was telling you about, the father-daughter video gaming, we're playing Trine Enchanted at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time tonight. And so since Bella couldn't play that, I did the tech support last night. But normally it'll be Sundays for Bella and I, and then Monday night will be either tech support or Ramsey coach support. On as far as video games, Old Man Video Game Series, I'm playing 3 different games now. I'm playing Among the Sleep, which you play as a 2-year-old child, and you can get that for free on epicgames.com. They're the fine folks that brought you Fortnite, which is also a free game. You can always get that for free. They do have in-game purchases, but the main game you can play for free. Among the Sleep is available until the 28th at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So get it now. You can just claim it and not install it. You can install it at any time later. I'm also playing a game that's been out like a month called Lost in Random. And I got that for free with my EA Play Pro $100 a year membership, which gives me almost all of the EA/Origin games, including It Takes Two, that game that I played with Bella, including Sims 4 that my son plays all the time, including Madden 22, which I always buy the Madden anyway, and so that's $60 alone right there. So it has all the Star Wars games, a bunch of other sports games. So cool. And the other game that I'm playing, or is it not on there? Okay. There we go, PC Builder Simulator. And so I'm alternating, like trying to alternate between those two, but I might do two more Among the Sleep streams, just so I can tell people that it's free while it's still free. I'll do at least one more before the 28th. Maybe tonight after Bella and I play. I don't have to get up early in the morning. Let's see, is that it? The music playlist, the Dave Ramsey Baby Step song, temporary lyric video. Not that good of an audio recording of it because, like the Deloney song today, I hadn't practiced it hardly at all when I did this. And so I sing it much better now. I'm still not a singer, but I do it much better now. And I think that's it. Is that it for streams? Ramsey Show After Show every weekday at 6 p.m. even after replays, which it could be next week. I don't know. Camel's not on the list that I saw that they're advertising for Entree Leadership, so maybe he'll stay and do at least some live shows next week starting November 1st. Seems like I'm leaving out something. I guess not. I have a miscellaneous channel too where I put all the pre-show chats when the moderator for the Ramsey Show does not post the stream by 10 a.m. when I get to work here. Then I just throw up a chat, and so my friends and I can chat in it until the mod posts the Ramsey Show. I tasted Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, and after the video and I drank more of it, I said I like it more. I don't know if it will take over. I haven't been able to find it. It's been sold out here when I've gone to stores. I need to go to like the Big Meyer or something like that to get it. And like just stuff like how to change water temperature on your hot water heater. If it's not warm enough, or if it's too warm, you don't need it to be that warm, then you can save money by it being on less. Where is my computer playlist? Do I have that? There it is, right here. So on this, I put in the PC building simulator because that's related to computers, and the tech support one, and also like any test streams that I do to test out certain things. Like I did that, and some things I do at work. That's me working on a computer there, diagnosing it, and find out the problem is that broken plastic button, which you cannot get that to replace that, even on eBay. And so this was another test that I did right there for that. And so I think that's it. If I just look around, if you see something else, but I think that's all the playlists. Father-daughter video gaming. Yeah, I the video games that I play with Bella, I made a playlist for just those, but those games are also in my video gaming playlist. Board game with Stephen Glenn. He's been busy, so we haven't done that. Hopefully, we'll be able to do that again soon. And yeah, I guess that's it. Financial. I put the Ramsey show Aftershow show has its own playlist, but I also put that in the financial since we talk about financial stuff. I also have like anything other financial. Like I did a short video showing what to do when you get a credit card application in the mail. No spoiler alerts. And money saving tips as well, which this one was well, you watch it and you can find out what it is. All right, so once again, schedule free consultation, ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. The link is at the top of the chat. You can also click right there on my YouTube page on the right side of my banner. There's that, and there's the PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money where you can donate any amount. Instagram is right there. If you have any questions about financial coaching or anything else, or you want to tell me what a great job I did on the songs, or if you want to criticize me for messing up for doing it before I was ready. Of course, this whole channel is me doing something before I'm ready. But anyway, that's CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and like the video, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live. Oh, I remember I know what I was forgetting. Bella's boyfriend beat me about a month and a half ago or something like that in Madden. He was the Cowboys. I was Washington football team. And Washington football team has had some injuries. So when we do that rematch, I will have a worse team than I did to begin with. So he will probably kick my butt even more. But hopefully we'll be able to do that soon as well. Alrighty, nothing else in the chat? No. Alrighty, so here's how we end it. I say make smart financial decisions every day. Don't forget father-daughter video gaming with Bella in about an hour and a half at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks. Have a good night, guys.